Welcome. You're right where you belong. Eugenia and I have been friends for 28 years, and while life phases and stages, racking up titles and all the etceteras in life keep us busy, we are intentional about keeping each other centered and committed, and to picking up right where we left off. After all, it's our life support.
Hey mama, welcome back to Life Support. If you've ever felt like motherhood changed everything for you, including your business, this episode is for you.
Yes, today we're getting real about something a lot of us experience but rarely talk about. When motherhood forces a pivot in business, not because you want it to change, but because it has to.
Yep, motherhood shifts your schedule, your energy, and honestly, your priorities. And suddenly, what worked before doesn't work anymore.
No. So
Mhm.
grab your coffee. Maybe you're listening while folding laundry. Wherever you are, just know we're right there with you.
Yes. Okay, before we get into it, we're going to play a quick game of this or that. So, Alexis, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so,
Maybe.
all right, here we go. So, coffee or matcha?
Oh, coffee. Coffee.
Yeah, I agree with you. I want to be a matcha girl so bad, but maybe later on down the line.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, early morning hustle or late night grind?
It's kind of neck and neck. I'm starting to appreciate the late night grind just because everyone is asleep and I don't have to, be concerned with like certain interruptions.
Right. Okay. I guess I'm more of a early morning hustle now. I'd rather just like get everything done, during the day. Because when nighttime come, baby, I'm ready to get in that bed. I'm ready to call it.
Yes. Yes, we know.
Okay, so Target run alone or mani petty alone?
I'm going to say it would probably end up being a Target run alone. I feel like I nickel and dime the time that I'm there for the mani petty, where it's like I just kind of get lost when I'm, perusing. So, yeah, for sure. What
Okay.
about you?
Um, I'm leaning more towards the Target run alone. Um, I don't
Yes.
know. That's just a thing for me. So
Retail therapy, it
yeah,
cannot be underestimated. It really does something.
it does for sure. All right. So voice memo planner or color coded calendar.
It's going to be the calendar.
Yeah.
I'm still learning memos, voice memos.
Yeah.
Like when people even send me memos in text messages, I'm like, what? And it's like raised to listen. And I'm just like, just
Mhm.
just type it up, you know?
Yeah. I'm the calendar girl too. Hopping back into our discussion. Let me be honest for a second. So I didn't plan to pivot. It wasn't in my strategy or my vision board. But after my third child, everything felt different. Suddenly, trying to run my business the way I used to felt impossible. So I remember like once I was trying to answer emails while nursing, and then my toddler was crying for snacks, and my oldest was yelling for help with his homework, right? And then I think that's when I realized I couldn't do business the same anymore. Like I had to make a change. Something had to give. And it wasn't going to be my peace or my presence as a mom.
Wow. Yeah, for me, it started fairly early. I think, well, no, I'll take that back because I was still working corporately when I was, you know, pregnant with my first and second. I
Mm-hmm.
think when I started to really kind of, I guess, pivot with Posh Shindigs going full time, I feel like that's when everything changed because so many things demanded my time. And I really was kind of at a crossroads because you just really don't want anything to infringe on being the best mother, that you could be.
Right. Yeah.
And what I could hustle through before, I just couldn't. My time, my energy, my focus, all of it shifted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to fit your old business into your new life. That can be
Yes.
really scary.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes you feel like in order for you to be successful, it requires the old you,
Right.
not the compromising you,
Right.
so I get it. And it feels a little like failure, if we're honest.
Yeah. I mean, but it's not failure. It's just motherhood that's forcing you to grow.
Let's talk about why pivoting isn't something to be ashamed of. If anything, pivoting is proof that you're paying attention to your life.
Hmm.
Because your life has changed, your business should too, which, again, speaking about bringing that new person into the business, does the person fit or does it not? We don't know.
Yeah.
Like we said, motherhood shifts your time, your energy, and your priorities. Pivoting simply means you're aligning your business with your real life,
Yeah.
not forcing something that no longer fits.
Exactly. Motherhood makes you reevaluate everything. What matters, what doesn't, and what's actually sustainable for you. Pivoting is a sign of wisdom and not weakness. You're paying attention. You're being honest about what's working and what's not. That's a smart CEO move, not a failure.
Yes, pivoting might look like letting go of certain offers, saying no to projects that drain you. Ooh, that's key.
Yeah.
Scaling back your hours, shifting your entire business model to something that works for your life you're living right now.
Right.
You're evolving. And because you're evolving, so should your business. Just like you're not the same woman that you once were, your business isn't meant to stay the same either.
Yeah. And the truth is that you're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to shift your business to fit your life, not the other way around. Because you are building something sustainable. Growth often comes through shifts, detours, and course corrections. Pivoting means you're still moving forward, just in a way that serves you better.
Absolutely. Success as a mompreneur doesn't have to look like a constant hustle. It can look like peace, flexibility, a business that lets you be present with your family. I've
Mhm.
seen this thing online where it's like no one is going to get an award for overworked and
Right.
stressed.
That
So that has always, like, every time I see it, I'm like, note to self, because there's no reward for it,
there's not.
except for your body breaking down, you're getting creaky and eeky, it's
Right.
just not good. Yeah.
That ain't no reward. Don't nobody want that. You know?
No.
So yeah.
No. You're stressed to the max, you're not in the best mood, it's fitting for success for you to embrace that new part of your journey instead of, like you said, still trying to fit the pieces in.
Right. So what would we say to the mama listening right now, feeling like something needs to change but scared?
I would definitely say your first point that you should visit is assessing what is happening, what's going on in your life.
Hmm.
That does take being present, that does take being honest,
Mhm.
and really kind of making a pros and cons list and what's working, what's not working.
Right.
And the items that are not working, what needs to happen, and then what is working, how can it be more efficient? You know, First things first, though, everyone needs to know that they are not alone.
Mhm.
Every mom in business hits that moment where what was working stops. You
Mhm.
have to give yourself permission to change directions.
Right. Yeah. Second, I would say to look at your life as it is today. What's your actual capacity? What can you handle? You got to be honest about your time and energy and resources. And then you should just start building from there.
Absolutely. Third, I would say you definitely need to let go of guilt and comparison.
Yes,
Quitting isn't quitting, it's choosing yourself and your family in a season. And that's a powerful thing.
definitely. Also, ask for help. It's okay. Like whether that's outsourcing in your business or getting support at home, you're not meant to do this alone. If you can get any type of help, you just like that is a complete weight off of your shoulders. Like any help you can get, go for it, do it. Don't be afraid to ask.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. What would you say is like a tip that a mom could use as far as how she's navigating and how she's moving on a daily basis as far as her business? Like, how can she still prioritize her family and prioritize things in the business also? Or what is something that's working for you?
Um, I would say just like pay attention to your daily routine because when you pay attention to your daily routine, you can kind of map out when you might have those, breaks of time. You know what I mean? And then
Yes,
once that's when you can kind of fit certain things into those billets, if that makes sense. Like, family time or get work complete here or, work on this. So I think just like paying attention to your daily routine will really help you put things in order and in perspective.
that's good. I like
Yeah.
that. I wrote a blog and it was called Mom Boss.
Mhm.
And I feel like one of the biggest takeaways from it, which would be my tip, is you have to be flexible. You have to get creative.
Yes.
While, yes, my business is extremely important and the success of it is extremely important, I put so much importance and probably top when it comes to like the kids,
Mhm.
and being there for them, being present. And so I have learned to get creative when it's time to have meetings, when I'm scheduling consults, venue viewings, like different things. I get creative. I, navigate the time. I'm
Mhm.
always mapping out where are the parks in the area. If I do have to end up taking a companion
Yeah.
with me. That has really helped me because at first you might feel like the walls are closing in.
Mhm.
And when you make it an adventure, really, it makes all of the difference.
Right.
And when you prioritize family and you go into it, making it known that you prioritize family, there is a respect there that's given from others that also will prioritize your family because, you're making that a standard. So getting creative and being flexible. That's
Yeah.
my thing.
Okay.
From an emotional standpoint, did you embrace the pivot? And what were your feelings regarding it starting out?
Honestly, starting out, I did not embrace the pivot. I think I was a little bit more frustrated than anything. But then as time went on, I started to realize, hey, you being frustrated is not going to change anything. Like the only thing you can do is just try to, map out your time and just chill. Basically, chill. Stop getting frustrated. You can only do as much as you can do. And I just think that really taught me a lot more about having patience, as well as a lot more about being present in the times that I need to be, as far as, when it came to my business, because I did have to learn how to, like you said, be creative and fit in my business time at certain, billets throughout the day and fit in my family time throughout the day at certain points. So it definitely taught me intentionality for sure. What about you?
I did not embrace it.
Mm.
I definitely was extremely strong willed in the beginning. And then you hit, brick walls because you're like, something has to give,
Right.
you know. I think for me, I held on to not wanting to pivot at first because I felt like there's so many expectations on me and what I'm supposed to produce and what I'm supposed to yield that I have to kind of be a bull and get this done.
Hmm.
Otherwise, even, perception of me may change,
Mm.
or just a question of whether or not I'm being efficient with my time, efficient with my resources, because I'm prioritizing, let's say the family aspect or the kids. I'm used to dealing with deadlines, and the deadlines are just what they are. But when you're on someone else's payroll, it's a little more peace, because the time is already allotted for. So you're still going to be getting your check. You're
Yeah.
still going to be getting those bullet points. And so it's like trying to balance, like, how much time do I have to pour into this to feel like I am being as productive as possible, as efficient as possible, hitting my marks as much as possible, and then still be 100% as far as being a mom.
Right.
So I feel like it's hard if others around you within your close circle don't understand all that it takes to run a business.
Mhm.
And so what may look leisurely is definitely not, but it is definitely the pivot, which is trying to balance so that you can be successful. So, just all of that, the narrative, I think, behind it definitely kind of made me push. I'm a stubborn individual. So, made me push further to, like, no, I'm not pivoting. No, it's got to be like this all the time. This is what I need. And sometimes God is like, girl, like, the doors will not open until you get this, so
Right.
that you can get to the next level. And I need you to see that this is not working,
Yeah.
and so really things not coming together the way ideally I desired them to kind of left me to go back and assess and say, okay, I can't. I can't do this. I'm not letting go of myself because I'm pivoting. I'm
Mhm.
not letting go of my business because I'm pivoting. This is for the good of myself, my family, and my business. And sometimes conditioning your mind towards that is the game changer. And that was a game changer for me, you
Right.
know?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was a lot, wasn't it?
Like, yeah, it definitely resonates with me. So, wow. So if motherhood is pushing you toward a pivot, lean in. You're not going backwards. You're just building something new, something that fits who you are now.
Give yourself permission to change, to rest, to rebuild. I'm going to say that again, to rest
Hmm.
and to rebuild your business in a way that serves you and your family.
Yes. And know that pivoting doesn't make you less successful. It makes you wise. It makes you strong. It makes you human.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Share this episode with another mama who is feeling the shift. Let her know she's not alone. Next week, we'll be discussing the mental load of motherhood. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. If this episode inspired you, we'd love to hear your biggest takeaway. Slide into our DMs on Instagram at @thelifesupport_.
If you haven't yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a Power Hour pep talk. And leave a comment. It helps other mamas find us and transforms one mom's hustle into all of our community boosts.